Are 1600% altcoin? Let's get into it. So Chris, today we are going to be taking the viewers through one of our finer picks. It's a altcoin that has seen us with over 1600% in those juicy gains. So as we get into this video, guys, if you do find it useful and informative, do go ahead and hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you would like to, stay up to date with all of those new cryptocurrencies and learn about some hidden gems within the crypto space, then why not go ahead and subscribe? By subscribing, you're going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free, and you'll stay well up to date and informed. So why not? Chris, is there anything else you'd like to add before we jump down to the desktop and start talking a little bit around what this project is and why we got invested in it?
Yeah, so as Nick, as you mentioned, this is just one of our final picks. We could have picked several. So if you do like this video and you want to see another one on another one of our fine hand-selected picks, then do let us know in the comments below.
Fantastic. Right, let's jump down and take a look at this thing. So in this particular case, it may come to no surprise for some of our regular viewers. This is the Anchor project, and Anchor has done us incredibly proud recently. Obviously, it's been doing phenomenally well recently in terms of price discovery, but it has actually been around since 2019. And, you might be thinking, what is Anchor? Isn't that the little technology like USB things that you get off Amazon? Yes and no. This is actually a blockchain ecosystem. Anchor originates as a solution that utilizes sharded resources in order to provide easy and affordable blockchain node hosting solutions. Yeah, that's a bit of a mouthful. But basically, it allows you to ultimately easily, without any technical skills, host a validator node. So if you wanted to spin up a Bitcoin node, you could hop on over to Anchor's website there and you can fire one up for a reasonable fee every single month. Above and beyond that, there's a whole host of additional nodes above Bitcoin. There's Ethereum, there's Zilliqa, there's Elrond, there's a whole load of them. You should check it out if that's your kind of cup of tea. But, above and beyond that, it was founded, Chris, back in 2017, and during its time on the market, it has built a marketplace for container-based cloud services through the usage of shared resources. This, in turn, provides developers and enterprise clients with the ability to easily deploy blockchain nodes at a much cheaper price when compared to public cloud providers. And as such, hosting blockchain nodes on Anchor takes away that centralization issue with single point failures. So furthermore, public blockchains are able to engage in committees and provide further assistance to their networks. Anchor aims to build an infrastructure platform and marketplace for Web3 stack deployment to enable resource providers as well as end users to connect to the blockchain technologies and DeFi applications. So absolutely fantastic. And obviously, it's worth noting here that Anchor proprietary cloud infrastructure operates independently when we compare it to there's public cloud providers as well. So it is completely powered through geographically distributed data centers to increase its stability and resilience levels. So it's a fantastic piece of kit. Now, what makes Anchor unique is that Anchor Network is created to provide a new blockchain solution that leverages idle computing power from devices and data centers as a whole. It is a platform that enables the sharing economy, where any customer can access resources at a more affordable rate, while also providing enterprises with the ability to monetize on their spare computing power, and that is not potentially being utilized. It is a unique in the way that it was the first to use trusted hardware, and this is the type of hardware that actually runs the software directly. So it is an interesting piece of kit, and obviously running an Anchor node in itself is actually a little bit more costly to set one up because you do need that specific kind of hardware. But Chris, I'm not going to go into too much detail in what Anchor is. I do feel that, if you wanted to know more about it, you can go ahead and do your own research. We have done, and we've seen those juicy gains. So let's get into this and see exactly what's going on. Now, I think, Chris, it was way back here, I think around the 23rd of January, when we actually first kind of got into Anchor. And, we actually got a second chance as well, didn't we? We got in twice. Ultimately, we extended our bags further down the line. But we did get a nice, healthy position on a red day, which Chris loves, a bit of blood in the street. But on the 23rd of January, I think it was, this particular candle just here, this is the one that we got in on. So we had this original spike here, which we saw, which was fantastic, and obviously an immediate retrace down. And we saw this as an opportunity to get in, and we took that opportunity. And as you can see what happened from there, there was a slight lower low here, but you can't always time these things perfectly. And we often say that it's not going to be in the perfect spot, but as long as you're around that zone, you're going to be doing okay. So this is the day that we actually got in, and we got a pretty decent bag at this point each. From here, we've kind of been riding it on the upward trend, and it's done incredibly well for quite some time. But then there was another opportunity that presented itself, Chris. And correct me if I'm wrong, was it the 23rd of February?
It possibly was, yeah, around that.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a red day, and a significant red day at that, which was happening here. And so we were able to extend our positions quite nicely. And it's also, again, done phenomenally well ever since then as well. And we've seen, again, this movement to the upside that's been steadily increasing. And as a point of this recording, I can actually just pull this down to 1,602% gains. And that's just on the current position, not even the all-time high level up here, right? So I can go ahead and just zoom on out, pull this down. If we were to have potentially sold at this high point up here, that would have represented over 2,121%. But, we like to be more realistic. It is where it is today. Now, we have not exited. I haven't sold a single Anchor coin. Not technically. I did have a blip where I was trying to get it off of one exchange. I actually converted it into XRP briefly, just to get it off the exchange in a more cost-efficient way, and then I converted it back. And yes, there were tax implications into it, but it still worked out to be slightly cheaper, so I did that. So ultimately, Chris, there are still some fantastic gains on the table here, and this is being really conservative as well. We have got this Fibonacci retracement on here as well, and we can see these extension levels as I go up here. And they go quite high. They go up to 70 cents on the Fibonacci extension levels, and I don't think that's even really representing how high this thing can go. We have pasted on the chart, Chris, a $1 valuation for the Anchor coin. Okay, and I'm just going to pull that in a little bit. And we can see, actually, it's a little bit higher than $1. Let me just pull that down. There we go. That comes in about 500% from its current position. But I still think even that is conservative. I think this thing has a lot more potential in it than, even just $1. And the reason that I think this is if we come over to our coin market cap data, we can see that market capitalization here is only $1.1 billion. It is still incredibly small. And, there are a reasonable amount of circulating supply of tokens, which comes in at 6.9 billion. Yet that is a lot lower than some of these others. I mean, you can even look at One Harmony that has a higher market cap and a much higher circulating supply currently. Also, things like Stellar, XRP, all of these particular projects have a much higher circulating supply and a much higher market cap. So I still think there's plenty of space in this for even seeing a $1, $2, and maybe, Chris, I hate to say it, a $3 Anchor coin. I think it can happen. And 2021 is going to be the year that we're going to see such a thing. I think this is going to be an interesting time for the space, and specifically for Anchor. Most recently, Chris, we've seen fantastic news around how Anchor has become the top validator for the Binance Smart Chain. And I think that also helped spur on some of that price discovery. I think Anchor is firmly on the map now, and I think it's got a lot going for it. But Chris, is there anything else you'd like to talk about before we kind of sign off this video?
Yeah, just that they're integrated with so many other blockchains, Avalanche, Binance, which you've mentioned, Bitcoin, EOS, Elrond, Ethereum, Matic, Ocean, Tron. I mean, I could keep going and going and going. It's great. I think, when their projects are as integrated as what Anchor is, and we see this in a very similar way with Chainlink, it does make me feel very secure in my investment, and that's important. And like you say, Nick, I think $1 is being really conservative, but that's what we are on this show. We are conservative, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it go higher.
Absolutely. So hopefully, guys, you have found this video useful and informative. If you have, then do go ahead and hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you want to know about those hidden gems such as Anchor, then yeah, do go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free and you'll stay well informed. So why not? And with that said, we hope everyone has a fantastic day and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.